Welcome back, and we are being joined now by Eli Briggs, who's a program manager from C.R.A.F.T 365. That's a nonprofit organization that creates non-clinical trauma-informed programming.
Yeah, we were just talking to Eli a little bit about his program. It's really interesting. They use education, sports, and activities to help young people in our schools throughout Milwaukee County and other parts of the Midwest. And Eli, I appreciate your time with us today.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So you go into the schools and work with kids. The idea of trauma is that everybody is kind of dealing with some sort of trauma.
Yep, if you're a human being on this planet, you're dealing with trauma in some way or format. So we're just going into the schools and giving children, teachers, and staff members just that outlet for that regulation and to discuss some of the trauma that they may be dealing with.
And I think back a long time ago, it was almost taboo to talk about mental health and things that you're going through, but it is encouraged in this day and age to talk about things like mental health, anxiety, stress, depression, all of these things. Why is that so important?
It's actually very important. Like I said, we're all dealing with it. So a lot of our students, talking personally with students, they don't have an outlet to kind of talk about some of these things. So we're working with the school, we're working with the parents to create a safe space for all of our children to come express the things that they may be going through.
And so you have this model that you work with specifically that has some really good bullet points. So we're going to show it and then kind of walk us through this program.
So yes, it's our C.R.A.F.T motto. So each letter stands for something specifically. So the C in our C.R.A.F.T stands for catching yourself. So that's teaching our students learning how to catch your emotions before you act out on something that you may not initially be feeling, but because you're not able to talk with someone or go through those emotions, you're not able to regulate it. So that's the C in our C.R.A.F.T. We have the R, which stands for relaxing. So we have different methods and programs where we teach our kids different outlets how to relax. I know it's self-explanatory, but some of our kids don't actually know how to relax. So going over those different methods, we have the A, which is assessing situations. So knowing what's good for you and what's bad for you, knowing what situation you're putting yourself in and getting yourself into. We have the F, which is focusing. That's a big one, whether it's in your personal life or with the schoolwork, where it's at home, focusing is always on the big one. So T, think, decide, and act. So it's kind of bringing that whole C.R.A.F.T model together and putting the steps into what are you doing in your day-to-day life.
And parents have to be part of this too.
Yes, that's actually the most important thing is connecting with the parents, making the parents understand and that they're aware that it's very important to have these conversations with these students at home. So we're creating that connection to where these conversations are out the blue. They're hearing them at home, they're hearing them at school, so they're able to relate and grow through them.
Yeah, and I think it's important to say it's imperative that young and old know that we need to talk about these things. Thank you.
Eli Briggs, thanks so much, C.R.A.F.T 365.
Thank you guys so much.
Appreciate your insight.